Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today, we've got an incredible story from the Bible that shows just how powerful faith and obedience can be. It's the story of the fall of Jericho. Are you ready? Let's dive right in. After wandering in the desert for 40 years, the people of Israel finally arrived at the edge of the Promised Land. But there was a huge obstacle right in their path, the mighty city of Jericho. This wasn't just any city. It was famous for its massive, thick walls that seemed completely unbreakable. From a human point of view, conquering Jericho looked absolutely impossible. The Israelites were probably standing there, looking up at these giant walls, wondering, how are we ever going to get past this? It was a moment that really tested their faith. But they were about to learn that with God, the word impossible doesn't mean much. Right when things seemed most daunting, God spoke to the leader of the Israelites, a man named Joshua. God told him not to be afraid. He said, "See, I have delivered Jericho into your hands, along with its king and its fighting men." But God's plan wasn't what anyone expected. It wasn't a typical military strategy with ladders and battering rams. Instead, God gave Joshua some very unusual instructions. He said to have the army march around the city once a day for 6 days. The armed men would lead, followed by 7 priests carrying trumpets made of ram's horns, then the Ark of the Covenant, and finally the rest of the people. On the 7th day, things would be different. On that day, they were to march around the city not once, but 7 times. After the 7th lap, the priests were to blow a long, loud blast on their trumpets, and at that signal, everyone was to shout as loud as they could. It must have sounded crazy, right? Marching and shouting to defeat a fortified city. But Joshua and the Israelites chose to trust God's plan, even if they didn't understand it. So, they began to march for 6 straight days. They followed God's instructions perfectly. They marched around the huge city walls in complete silence, with the only sound being the steady tramp of their feet and the sound of the priests' trumpets. Imagine being a soldier inside Jericho, watching this strange parade happen day after day. You'd probably be confused, maybe even a little scared. The Israelites kept marching, their faith growing with every step, trusting that God knew what He was doing. Then came the 7th day. Just as God commanded, they marched around the city 7 times. The tension must have been incredible. After the final lap, the 7 priests raised their trumpets and blew a mighty, prolonged blast. At that very moment, Joshua